Hello and welcome. Live from Channels Television's global headquarters in Lagos, Nigeria. You're watching Newsroom series. I'm Dominic Iriwa, and today our focus will be on the southeastern region. But before we get into that, let's have a snippet of our top stories making rounds at the moment. In a major political shakeup, 17 members of the Rivers State House of Assembly have announced their defection from the People's Democratic Party (PDP) to the All Progressives Congress. This was made known during plenary today as the Speaker, Martin Amirwile, informed the House that in addition to himself, 16 other members informed him of their intention to cross over to the APC from the PDP. We start off in Anambra State, where the governor, Professor Chukwuma Soludo, has led an inspection team to some critical infrastructural development sites in Awka and Uga, starting with the Awka shopping mall, which will feature a massive market square outlet. The governor meets the consultant and the contractor to ascertain the progress and the timeline of completion of the public-private partnership project that will not only create jobs, stimulate economic growth in the state, but will be a huge commercial hub in the state. From there, he stops over at the Awka City Stadium, where reconstruction and landscaping activities are ongoing. Finally, he visits the Uga Boys Secondary School, where work is at an advanced stage. The Uga Boys Secondary School is one of the 22 schools being upgraded into model smart schools by the Soludo administration, with a target completion date of December 2025.
Quite significant progress has been made, but my mindset is that everybody knows that I only see what has not been done rather than what's been done. So everybody is saying, wow, wow, wow. But for me, no, I'm seeing what's yet to be done, because every assignment I wanted completed like yesterday. So I've been assured that by mid next month, 14th, I'll be back here again next month to see the road network. They said they were waiting for the rains to give way so they can begin the interlocking of the walkways and so on. We've seen some others, they're all roofed, plastered, but I like to see them painted, all the renderings and ceilings and so on, so the furnishing can begin. I want to come back here in 2 weeks' time and to see a massive difference, as it were. That's the only way this thing can happen. An assignment not supervised is an assignment not given. So we're here. My technical crew, supervisory team have been around. They've been giving me daily reports, but I wanted to come and see by myself.
The Abia State's Governor, Dr. Alex Oti, has performed the groundbreaking ceremony for a 15 MVA injection substation in Umuahia, aimed at improving electricity supply to the state's capital and surrounding communities, saying stable power remains central to industrial and commercial growth. Performing the groundbreaking in Umuahia, Governor Alex Oti said his administration is committed to addressing Abia's energy challenges through multiple interventions, noting that the project aligns with the state's government's long-term power infrastructure plan.
In a bid to continuously improve power distribution in Abia State, Governor Alex Oti has flagged off the construction of a 15 MVA injection substation in Umuahia, the state capital.
The Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
The facility, which is part of the state government's long-term plan to strengthen electricity infrastructure, is expected to expand electricity access and support the state's industrial and commercial growth.
Electricity, as we have pointed out, is the wheel that drives industrial and commercial activity. Intensive research efforts have established that regular electricity supply and consumption are positively correlated to most critical development indicators like GDP growth, industrial productivity, trade, and investment inflows. For us, electricity is the foundation of development, the enabler of growth, and the most enduring pathway to social prosperity. Our commitment to expanding access to electricity is firmed on the understanding that without it, every development aspiration is entirely an exercise in self-deceit. As a government, we have taken bold and pragmatic steps to fix the electricity conundrum in our state through informed legislation, policy initiatives, recruitment, investment, and partnership. We have prioritized the optimization of energy supply and consumption for the simple reason that our broad development outline will fall apart if we cannot generate and push enough power to the front lines of economic activities around the state.
The project combines two 7.5 MVA substations, one from the Niger Delta Power Holding Company under the NIPP initiative and another funded by the state government. A representative of the NDPHC managing director describes the ceremony as a significant milestone in Nigeria's ongoing drive to reinforce its power grid.
We are here for the groundbreaking ceremony of 1 by 7.5 injection substation and distribution substations with transmission line, with distribution lines, 33 kV lines, 11 kV lines, and even low tension lines with 300 kVA distribution substation. This is part of our mandate, and it has been the mandate of Mr. President, the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, under the leadership of our chairman, who is the Vice President, Senator Kashi Shettima. He has been very passionate in making sure that the footprint of NDPAC is represented across all the nook and crannies of this country. So this is one of our projects.
The power project is expected to ease pressure on the overloaded feed that supplies the Umuahia and its environs, with a promise that the state's part of project will be completed between January and March. Governor Oti appeals to the NDPHC contractor to shorten the delivery time to 6 months so both projects can be commissioned by June 2026.
Now, the member representing the Southeast on the governing board of the Northeast Development Commission, Honorable Sam Onigbo, has applauded President Bola Tinubu's tax reforms, describing them as a major relief for micro, small and medium enterprises. Speaking during the second International Hybrid Conference of Colmas at the Michael Okpara University of Agriculture, Umudike, Mr. Onigbo, a former two-term House of Representatives member, said President Tinubu's new tax regime has now eliminated many of these nuisance taxes, levies that generated minimal revenue for governments but imposed high compliance costs on small businesses.
The recent tax reforms by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu are beneficial to the MSMEs as his implementation of Nigeria Climate Change Act 2021. Historically, Nigeria's taxation system has been very complex and regimented. It has been particularly cumbersome for MSMEs. Multiple taxes demanded by federal, state, local governments, snare-pest processes for tax reforms, and high compliance costs. These things will soon be things of the past as we begin to implement the new tax policy that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has introduced. We have results this morning also.
The Vice-Chancellor of the University, Professor Madwe Bibsi Iwe, represented by the Deputy Vice-Chancellor Academics, Professor Nnoma Elechi, said the conference provides a strategic platform for stakeholders to share ideas on emerging trends, challenges and innovations shaping the MSME landscape.
I believe that this conference will generate new ideas and strategies for sustainable micro, small and medium enterprises that will foster economic growth and development in the country. The theme of the conference, Innovative and Sustainability of Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises in Emerging Economies, is highly relevant to the nation's current economic condition. It is therefore important to note that micro, small and medium enterprises not only contribute significantly to the economy, but can also serve as an impetus for economic diversification. In addition, innovative and technology-based MSMEs can provide an interesting platform for expanding outside domestic borders and entering intra-regional and international markets.
As the Imo Economic Summit enters its final day in Owerri, the state's capital, discussions are focused on digital innovation as a catalyst for sustainable wealth creation. Key stakeholders and drivers of the summit highlight the anticipated positive outcomes, emphasizing how the deliberations and strategic initiatives unveiled at the event are expected to significantly influence and accelerate economic growth across Imo State.
We are focusing on the digital economy and how it could help transform the economy of Imo State into a $1 trillion economy. And from the sessions today, we'll be looking at the opportunities that lies within the Imo digital economy, from digital industrialization, because we are driving investors towards digital industrialization. We want to see great companies that could assemble smartphones, build other devices that will help support the growth of that subsector of the digital economy in Imo State.
Everybody that have come on stage has said industrialization, employment, advancement, and growing the economy of Imo State. And that's exactly what Arashi represents. We as Arashi have put in place an opportunity to create an industrial platform that welcomes investors both locally and globally. These investors will be welcomed into an environment where they can have their businesses thrive, where they can have their businesses prosper. So in Arashi, we are situated in 4 local governments of the state. So indeed, the opportunities are huge. You have opportunity to be in the oil and gas rich basin of the state where the free trade zone is.
It's been a very successful event. The turnout has been extremely impressive, from the political class to heads of industries, to captains of industries, to corporates. What are we trying to achieve with the summit? His Excellency has established a bold vision of a $1 trillion economy, and part of the key takeaways of this summit is that we've identified and drilled down on the industries that will drive this, and this cuts across the economy, cuts across agriculture, hydrocarbons, and a big output of that is the Arashi Special Energy Free Zone project, which His Excellency in his wisdom has created to change the narrative and industrialize the state.
You're watching Newsroom series live on Channels Television. Still ahead, we'll put our focus on gains for the people living with disabilities. That and more when we come back. Welcome back. Now we're being joined by the chairman of the organizing committee of the Imo Investment Summit, Kanayo Okoye. Welcome to the program. He joins us via Zoom from Owerri, the state's capital. Thank you for your time. Can you hear me? Okay, now what inspired the organization of this summit, especially the vision? Does it seek to achieve for Imo, what exactly does it seek to achieve for Imo State's economic trajectory? If you can hear me, kindly unmute your system or your appliance so you could hear me, please. Are you there? We'll come back to our guests as we progress. Moving on, the 2025 International Day of Persons with Disabilities will ever remain fresh in the minds of the disability community in Anambra State, as 250 persons received 200,000 Naira business recapitalization grant. The grant is from Nigeria's First Lady, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, under the Renewed Hope Initiative Social Investment Program. The launch of the nationwide economic empowerment initiative coincides with the global commemoration of the International Day of Persons Living with Disabilities, and hosting the event in Anambra, the wife of the governor, Mrs. Nonya Soludo, is represented by the wife of the deputy governor, Mrs. Oluchi Ibezim, who formally unveils the program, reminding the community that the government at all levels is building a society where no citizen is left behind.
Members of the disability community in Anambra State gathered at the banquet hall of the Lighthouse, Oka, for the commemoration of the 2025 International Day of Persons with Disabilities. Wife of the Deputy Governor, Mrs. Oluchi Ibezim, who is representing the Governor's wife, Mrs. Nonya Soludo, also joins them alongside other government functionaries. This year's event is different as it coincides with the launch of a nationwide economic empowerment and program for persons with disabilities by Nigeria's First Lady, Senator Oluremi Tinubu.
Disability is not an excuse for you to achieve whatever you want to achieve in life. Isn't that so? But everything we want to achieve in life is something in our mind. Human mind is positioned that we can do everything humanly possible to achieve that. The assistance request our dear First Lady of the country is giving to all of us today is to assist us. It's money to support you to do small or little business.
This show of love, once again, from the First Lady of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, is a big call that even if you're still being depressed, why should I be looking this way? I want to tell you that the ship is telling you that you can do whatever thing you want to do.
The goal is to increase integration of persons with disabilities in every aspect of political, social, and economic and cultural life.
Disability is not a deficit. It is part of the natural diversity of the human experience. Any society that fails to embrace this diversity denies itself the talents, perspectives, and ingenuity of persons who live with disabilities. Because even people that live with disabilities have a lot to contribute to the progress of our society.
This support will open doors to opportunities, strengthen residents, and empower many families, especially families where disabilities come from. Your Excellency, Dr. Nonya Soludo, we remain deeply grateful for your unwavering support and for continuously including persons with disabilities in your employment programs, health outreach, and social interventions. Your compassion reflects true leadership, and we sincerely appreciate you.
Launching the Renewed Hope Initiative Social Investment Program, Mrs. Ibezim also presents Nigeria's First Lady's address as she flags off the distribution of 200,000 Naira business recapitalization grants to 250 persons with disabilities in Anambra State.
Today, the Renewed Hope Initiative will provide a sum of 200,000 Naira business recapitalization grants to 250 persons with disabilities in each state and the Federal Capital Territory to support business owners to recapitalize their existing businesses and strengthen the means of livelihood. Also, each state of the Federation, FCT, and the Defense and Police Officers' Rights Association will receive 50 million Naira each to be distributed to the beneficiaries in their domain.
Joy overwhelms the beneficiaries as they receive the grant of an economic empowerment program that will now be an annual event. This will now be an annual event.
We're now joined on the program by the Chairman, Organizing Committee of the Imo Investment Summit, Kanayo Okoye. He joins us via Zoom from Owerri, the state's capital. Thank you for your time on the program. Now, what inspired the organization of this summit, especially the vision? Does it seek to achieve, what vision does it seek to achieve for Imo State's economic trajectory?
Thank you very much. I think under the leadership of His Excellency Senator Defect has sought to stand out as the beacon of hope and place for investment. Now, several activities carried out by the state government under the leadership of the drive investment into the state through public-private partnerships and other investment things. This summit is both a part of those activities and also a reason of the ante, because we now want to drive the conversation around investment into the state. I think in organizing this, we basically set some pillars for success, and it was to drive into conversation and into the state, and that's the kind of guest that we got. And I think the state is the biggest line on the map. Just that also we wanted to bring investors into the state, and I believe that's what we witnessed Africa's largest investor, Alhaji Ali Dangote, making commitments to the state, which represents just one of the investments that we received both from Chinese, Indian, and other investors, which is going to state economy. So we're looking forward to great things. And finally, we wanted also this businesses in the state and the field of this platform and the knowledge that we shared. And
Okay.
That we have that in this summit.
Okay, now, what key challenges in Imo's economy does the summit directly aim to address?
So I think the first thing is the issue of the narrative. The narrative around the states, particularly the Southeast Abia, is securing. But that narrative has been clearly depicted, particularly when you listen to the former Prime Minister, who also declared that he's very stable in the state. And we tell all Nigeria, we tell Africa, we tell the world that the state is safe and the state is for business. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We've been joined by Kanayo Okoye, who is the chairman, organizing committee of the Imo Investment Summit. Thank you for your time on the program and enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you very much.
To commemorate the 2025 World Disability Day, the federal government, through the Renewed Hope Initiative, has empowered 250 persons with disabilities in Ebonyi State through a combination of food palliatives and cash gifts to recapitalize and strengthen their business enterprises. This initiative aims to provide both immediate relief and long-term support through economic empowerment programs.
Persons with disability across the 13 local government areas of Ebonyi State converged at the Women Development Center in Abakaliki, the state capital, for the celebration of the 2025 World Disability Day with the theme Fostering Disability-Inclusive Societies for Advancing Social Progress.
Federal Republic of Nigeria, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, CON.
Wife of Nigeria's president, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, is represented by the wife of the Ebonyi State Governor, Mrs. Uzuamaka Onwefuru. This event is significant for the Ebonyi State government as it aligns with its welfare interventions and empowerment programs.
This year's theme, Fostering Disability Inclusive Society for Advancing Social Progress, speaks directly to our values as state and to the commitment of His Excellency Chief Francis Onwefuru, whose people's total of need places special priority on inclusion, protection, and empowerment. So, Your Excellency, I want to assure you that before you, that the governor of this state has been doing everything possible to ensure that people with disability are carried along. To all persons with disability across the body, I want you to know that you are valued. You are valued. You are important. You are capable. Your strength leads our communities. Your resilience inspires leadership. Your contribution enriches our faith.
In the spirit of the celebration, Ebonyi State Coordinator of the Renewed Hope Agenda, Mrs. Uzuamaka Onwefuru, takes out time to dance with persons with disability before delivering her address.
New Hope Initiative, we provide sum of 200,000 naira business recapitalization grant to 250 persons with disabilities in each state. This program aligns with the Renewed Hope Initiative of His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, which seeks to promote inclusive growth and shared prosperity by ensuring that no Nigeria is left behind, especially those whose needs are often overlooked, that is, the disabilities. But in Ebonyi State, we don't overlook them.
The climax of the event is the presentation of cash gifts and distribution of bags of rice.
Today, we are celebrating World Disabled Day in Ebonyi State, and we are seeking for assenting the disability bill into law. We are appealing to our dear governor to answer this disability commission law so that persons with disability will be fully included in government activities.
The major challenges I'm facing is difficulties which today Her Excellency has put smiles on my face with a token catch, physical catch of 200,000 naira, each of every disability, going back home with bags of rice, with food items and other things. So I'm very, very grateful.
The Ebonyi State government and state beneficiaries of the program are grateful to Mrs. Tinubu for expanding access to public service, supporting special schools, and providing livelihood for vulnerable families through programs under the Renewed Hope Initiative.
And that's where we drop the anchor on this edition of Newsroom Series. I'm Dominic Liu. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon.